Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So guys, I've tried filming this video a lot of times. I think this is now the eighth time, and I'm really praying that this eighth time sticks because guys, it's it's not funny. It really isn't funny. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the video. But before I do, I'm gonna the video today is another book tag, and I want to give you guys I think some let me just call it a disclaimer, though it isn't. It's more like I'm just telling you guys what kind of videos you're gonna be seeing. I wanna be doing a lot of book tags because that is something that I see many people not doing this time. I mean, with this generation of booktubers, and I feel like it's something that we should see more of. And I've also seen a lot of comments on other people's videos like, yo, we should do a book tag, or yo, bring back 2016 to 2017 booktube era, something of the sort, because that is when they used to do a lot of book tags. So you just have, you just create random, funny, interesting, entertaining book tags. And yeah, I guess that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to see. So I'm gonna start with myself. Like, I'm gonna be the change that I want to see. It's not really a change. It's just gonna be like I'm gonna, try and do what I don't see most of the people here on booktube do. So most of my videos are gonna be book tags. I was about to say booktube, but yeah. So I'm gonna be doing book tags a lot. I think, like I said in my my previous video, I think I'm gonna also try other um video ideas, but I think my main thing is gonna be book tags. So yeah, so that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start today's video. So today's video is a book tag that Steph created. For those of you who don't know who Steph is a very beautiful, lovely, inspirational booktuber. So she's one of those booktubers that I started watching. It's Steph, Destiny, Sarah, Throne of Pages, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and Ali, just Ali. I think that's her channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the tag. I think there's a list of her original tag had a list of 10 to 12 questions, but then there's some other booktubers who added more questions in her list. So kind of makes the list long. So a book you tell people is your favorite. I'll always tell people this book right here is my favorite. This book will always be my favorite. I don't know why. Okay, I know why, but I don't know how to explain it to you guys without giving a spoiler. This book is just amazing. It's chef's kiss, and I think everybody who is on booktube should read it. I do know that there are a lot of people hating on Colleen Hoover and her books, but at the same time I also feel like you should just give her a chance if you haven't. Like, just don't join the hate without trying it. And I'll always tell people you should pick a very not interesting, you should pick a very less controversial book to start with of hers. So yeah, then from there you can decide whether you like her or not. But like I always tell people, Confess will always be my favorite book. Always. A book that is your guilty pleasure, Priest by Sierra Simone, and I'm not gonna say much about that. I'm gonna leave that there. But for those of you who know what this book is about, you know why. A book everyone loved but you didn't. So I didn't love Twisted Love by Anna Huang. And I think this was mainly because the main male character was just too dramatically done. He was just not realistic. And I know, like, hold on, guys. I know. Look, when you're reading, you read to escape reality. But this one was just too much. It's just, no. Like, he cannot be. No. Like, okay. This is a spoiler if you haven't read this book and you want to read it. But you're a CEO, but just because of a woman, you risk losing your company. You move to London. You follow your girl. She's not even your girl at that point. You're obsessively following her around, begging her to take you back. A book you read the fastest. If You Had Been With Me is one of those books that started my fast reading process, I guess. Just because it had, guys, this book has short chapters. It's very fast and it's also short. I love the book. A book that deserves more hype. Um, I'm gonna say books by Nora Roberts, because when people are making, like, if you go on BookTube, or if you're on BookTube, you know that we don't see a lot of her books on book talk, and I don't understand why. Like, I don't really get it, because her books are just too good. Like, her books are amazing. So I'm just gonna say any book by Nora Roberts deserves more hype than they do get. And I'm gonna give you guys two recommendations. I'm gonna give you The Witness and Jewels of the Sun. Both are okay, no. Jewels of the Sun is a paranormal romance with a bit of, with a bit of, with a little bit of with a little bit of mystery in it. So you should definitely try if you love mystery, but also mixed with a little bit of, ooh, I love it. Ooh, like romance. That's what I mean. And The Witness is mostly, it's a mystery book that has lovey-dovey stuff like thrown into it. So you should definitely try. A book that is becoming a movie or a TV show. So this is supposed to be a book that I have read that is becoming a movie or a TV show. And the book that I've read that is becoming a movie or a TV show is It Ends With Us with Colleen Hoover, by Colleen Hoover. And I feel like she should have done better with the casting. If, like, genuinely speaking, she should have done better with the casting. We are all disappointed on TikTok. For those of who love the book, not everyone. Um, yeah, I don't know. We should fire whoever, was the casting producer or whatever they're called. They should be fired because no, she didn't do a good job, or he didn't do a good job. A book that, no, I'm still gonna watch the movie. By the way, I'm still gonna watch it, but I'm just not a fan of the casting. A book that you reread the most. A book that I reread. I've not reread any book, but I mean, I don't mind. A book from a genre you don't typically read. So I'm not a big fantasy girly, but I tried The Witcher, The Last Wish, and I really loved the book. It's just I was seriously crushing on the main character. He's not my type of guy, but I was seriously crushing on him. Like, I was really, really crushing on him. I don't know. I think it's just the writing. It was also kind of hard to get into, but like once you get the hang of it, you know, it's perfectly done. Um, a book that deserves all the hype it gets. A book that deserves all the hype it gets. Hmm. I'm gonna say Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, if I'm not wrong. And yeah. Oh, and the things we leave unfinished, or all the things we leave unfinished. That one is amazing. It's also one of those books that just has a very original story. I think, yeah, and they're highly rated, and people really love those two books. So if you haven't read them, you should. And I feel like after I give an answer to this question, and I'm wrapping it up, like, with, if you haven't read it, you should go ahead and read it. But I mean, you get it, you understand. A book you usually recommend when asked to give a recommendation. So I normally give Confess by Colin Hoover. I give Verity by Colin Hoover. And I also give Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I also give Butcher and Blackbird, since I finished it. Mm, a book that has your favorite characters. So I'm gonna say the Chestnut Spring series. This is Found Family, you guys. Found Family has my heart. Like, it has my heart. I love it. A book you wish you could live in. I wish I could live in the Chestnut Spring series. I also wish I could live in Butcher and Blackbird. A book you thought you would hate but ended up loving. Okay, yeah, I didn't think I would love The Witcher. Like I said, I'm not a big fantasy girly, and the first few chapters in the book, you're just like, I wasn't feeling it. But once I continued reading, like I gave it a chance, like I gave it a shot, I actually enjoyed the book, and I actually love it. A book that made me cry. I have not cried because of a book. I was so close though while reading A Thousand Boy Kisses, but no, I just didn't cry. A book you wish you could read for the first time. I wish I could read Butcher and Blackbird for the first time again. Like, your Butcher and Blackbird is just amazing. Yeah, I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm just gonna say check the trigger warnings before you read this book. The trigger warnings itself, it was something. A book that could cure a reading slump. So I would say any, short story will do, but I do have one that I can't remember the author, but I think I remember the title, The Omen Days. It's also a short series. It's paranormal fiction. Um, it's paranormal mystery. So, and it's short. Like, I think that's what could cure like a reading slump. A book you think everyone needs to read. I feel like everyone should read Don't Let Her Stay by Nicola Sanders. This book really, I finished it and I was still thinking about it 3 days later. I still couldn't wrap my head around it. I think I took some time before I even rated it on Goodreads. That is how good that book was. A book you think would make an amazing movie. Verity. And I think I saw something like they're, thinking of making it into a movie, and they should. But Miss Coho, please, the person who's doing the casting for you should not let us down like they did, and it ends with us. A book you wish everyone would give a shot, even if it's out of their comfort zone. So I'm not gonna say the title of this book because I don't wanna curse and I don't want to, offend people. So I'm just gonna put it on the screen. See for yourself. A book you'll never forget. All my 5-star reads, guys. I'll never forget my 5-star reads. I'll never forget my 5-star reads. Yeah, I'm just thinking about all my 5-star reads and I'm like, yeah. Let me see. Let me go to I'm actually on my Goodreads and I'm gonna screen record my 5-star reads for you guys. So you can see like my 5-star reads. I have a lot. Hold on. I told you guys there are a lot. Yeah, so you guys have seen my 5-star reads, and that's why I wasn't gonna name all of them. So yeah, and I think I've finished the books. Have I? Not the books, like the questions. Yeah, I actually think I finished the questions. I thought that it was gonna be a long video, but turns out I was wrong. So that is it for today's video, you guys. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'll let you guys know I'm into book tags. Then maybe you should give me like book tag ideas that I should do. So yeah. Bye guys. Mwah.